Well, as we near the end of our final show of the school year, it's time for the final countdown, Jack.
Yeah, with apologies to Europe. We'll name some MVPs, relive our best stories, and we're going to start with some of the best games of the year. My pick for best game, well, that comes from November NCAA men's soccer tournament, second round between the Cats and 12th-seeded UCF. Now, Vermont goes down 1-0 just over a minute in, but Niels Hartman with a big response. He would tie the game up at 1 apiece before the break. Early in the second half, Yaniv Bazzini lining up the free kick, nasty on the set piece, giving UVM its first lead. Then after the Knights tied it to force overtime in the second OT, about Carter Johnson getting on the other end of Bazzini's lofted cross. With the header, Cats stun UCF. They go back to the Sweet 16 for the second year in a row.
I had it down to 2 games on the hardwood, the women's basketball game at UAlbany in the conference semis, or the Yale game, and because we just have to name it, I'm going with the Yale game. After Aaron Deloney makes a layup with a fraction of a second left, we all thought the game was over. It was not. TJ Hurley sells the contact on the inbounds here. UVM gets the ball back down by 3, and TJ Long on line 1 answers a prayer, and he gets the foul. I'm still not over how this game ended. Makes the free throw. UVM erases a 5-point deficit in a 1/10 of a second. I don't know how in the world you can possibly beat that. My favorite story this year was the arc of the swimming and diving team. In November, I met Tana Proudfoot, who committed to UVM sight unseen from South Africa just to dive in college. She crushed it this year, played a huge part in the team's success, and then the Catamounts go to America East and win the whole thing for the first time ever after finishing in 3rd for 11 straight seasons. If you want to know how long that streak was, the last time they finished something other than 3rd, the top song on the Billboard charts was the Harlem Shake, an incredible year for the swimming and diving team.
From the pool to the ice for my favorite story, UVM men's hockey made a lot of headway this year with their best season in 6 years. In December, Cats got to learn from one of the best to ever don the green and gold as Victor Stahlberg came back to Burlington. With associate head coach Scott Mosier over at World Juniors, the Stanley Cup champion got his first taste at college coaching as the program continues to build a bridge to its storied past. Now, for the MVPs, plenty to choose from across the board, but I'm going to go with a new program record holder in Ava Vassell on the women's lacrosse team. Not the year the team had in mind, but Vassell now leads the program's all-time list in goals and points. Then on the men's side, how about Aaron Deloney? From starter back to 6-man, 80s leadership helped the Cats roll through conference play. Returning to the big dance, he entered the transfer portal, came back, and did what leaders do, getting UVM back to the NCAA tournament.
No arguments there. I'll stay on the hardwood for my first one. It's got to be Emma Utterback. Her takeover in the UMBC playoff game, the biggest shot of her career at UAlbany in the semifinals, 20 points and 6 assists in the WNIT win at Purdue. Her March and then into April run had plenty of big-time moments to end her career. On the men's side, I'm going Yaniv Bazzini in the fall. He missed 2 games, still led the team in points by far and in goals by far. 4 goals in 4 postseason games. He has very quickly turned into a star here in Burlington.
All right, and we're going to get to see him this summer with Vermont Green.
Yes,
it's been a lot of fun here on Catamount Corner for the 23-24 school year. Make sure you stick with us all summer for coverage of UVM and beyond right here on WCAX. He's Michael, I'm Jack. Have a great summer.